Be ca- Be careful. I found it! This cavity seems to have been specially dug to insert something within. Perfect. On to the next step. There, perfect. I found it! This cavity seems to have been specially dug to There. All of the artifacts are placed. Now I must utter the words that Herodotus taught me. Delen degra blurm veritas grumble blevad tru grumfugnerat. I am in need of something. A spearhead, lavishly decorated and extremely solid. Despite the absence of a draft, the water whirls around. The surface here seems to be very straight. I can place my scale. This might be useful. I'm taking it. There is something inside. A copper deben, the same as the one in the museum. A drawing of 3 pyramids, each bathed in a beam of light. Rather strange. I don't see anything. I need light. Apparently. I must find the right pyramids. Let's see. There, perfect. This could come in handy. This could come in handy. These hieroglyphs remind me of something. Think! There, perfect. Blood. There, perfect. Perfect. On to the next step. The basin. It changes into sand. What is this? Enchantment? I am in need of something. I found it! The Order of the Pyramids at Giza. And that triggers the opening of the secret door. It consists of a partially broken, yet still solid funerary barge. There, perfect. There, perfect. Now, will this work? It's moving. Perfect. Mind, this calls for extreme diligence. Oh, this spot is infested with crocodiles. Impossible to pass. The spell is broken. I can advance. Papyri, in a language that is completely unknown to me. The ground is trembling. Quick, we must leave without delay. I penetrated the secret of the tomb and left what was found behind the cross under the protection of the holy relics. I brought back these parchments in which may be written the way to save my friend from the curse. But I do not understand this language. Can you translate?
These texts were composed in my order's ancient secret language, forgotten centuries ago. I would be incapable of translating the slightest word, my son. I wish I could have helped you.
My quest is at an end, then, and it is failure laden with consequences. My young friend is condemned, even if I had done everything to save her.
There may yet be a hope, my child, but a slim one. 20 years ago, a European monk by the name of Brother Alberto came to stay with us while on a pilgrimage. He seemed to have a thorough understanding of us, and I seem to recall that he said something about understanding the rudiments of this ancient language. But Father Alberto confided this on the eve of his departure, and we never knew anything further. I don't know if this monk is still living, as he seemed to be even older than myself. But if he is, I think he would surely be found at the heart of the abbey, where he worked as an illuminator. He said it was St. Carousel Abbey in Vienna, capital of the Austrian Empire.
Thank you for this information, Herodotus of Judah. I will go immediately to pack my affairs and leave. We aren't likely to meet again, so farewell, my friend.
I must thank you, my child, and do not say goodbye. Who knows if we're going to heaven or not?
I must find this Mustafa.
Here, Effendi, this arrived for you. The director of the museum, he sent it here.
Thank you. By the by, I have made inquiries about your niece, and I have good news for your cousin, and for you by the same token.
Yes?
Listen, know that your niece is far from here now, but that she is very, very happy. The stranger who you saw her with the other night is none other than a European prince of royal blood who fell in love with her at first sight.
Royal blood?
Yes, but lower your voice. They were solemnly united in accordance with the prince's vows, but the news is not yet official.
I understand, Effendi, but where is she now?
I swore I would keep it a secret. The prince is very powerful, and the fact of making this union public under the current circumstances could have considerable political consequences here, and above all, in Europe.
That explains everything. But if I recount this to my cousin, he will never believe me.
This is what the prince has left for the family of his beloved. For he who will be charged with officially announcing the news, you, in this case, the sachet of fine gold dust. For the parents, the prince had this jewel purchased here. The large stone that you see there is an uncut diamond of the purest clarity. Your cousin will be able to feed his family until the end of his days without having to tap dance ever again.
How to thank you, Effendi?
Prepare my effects, and when the muezzin calls, say a prayer for me. Your God and mine will not be too many to help me in what I have to do.
This letter received in Egypt was cause for great concern. Seward blames me for Mina's sudden change for the worse. Unrelenting fevers were causing her terrible pain and provoking serious fits of delirium, wherein she claimed to want to undertake a voyage east in order to rejoin her lord and master. I asked Seward to join me in Vienna with Mina if he judged her able to travel. He gave me the address of his hostess, Duchess Orlovsky, whom I count upon reaching right after I visit the location where I hope to find Brother Alberto, St. Carousel Abbey. But will all of these efforts be sufficient? At this exact moment, Dracula is sinking his blood-red eyes into the frightful text, making him more demented, stronger, and even more dangerous.
How is Mina?
I don't understand it. Despite the fact that she hasn't eaten for several days, she seems to be in perfect health. It's as if this trip east has nourished her. But her mental state is calamitous. She appears to suffer from atrocious pain and nightmares that aren't improving.
Poor child. My respects, Duchess.
Hello, Professor. Our patient is finally asleep, if only for a short time. So, have you been lucky enough to meet your monk this afternoon?
No more yesterday, nor this morning, and the attitude of these monks leaves me perplexed. They have categorically denied me entrance into the enclosure of the Abbey, and absolutely no chance of meeting the Father Superior or Brother Alberto.
I don't know what to think. Did you spend some time at the Science University beside the Abbey, Seward? Can you recall a more bizarre religious order?
My presence here was entirely devoted to study, Professor. I don't recall even having had occasion to speak with a lovely waitress, much less a monk.
And your husband, Duchess? Did he have anything to do with the Abbey?
My husband was a man of science, and his connections with spirituality was tenuous at best. No, there is nothing I can tell you.
Brother Alberto is our only hope. I must keep thinking. There must be a way to enter the Abbey and find the monk if he exists. What do you think, Seward?
Break and enter into a holy place? That's taking the scientific method to the extreme. But wait. Yes. I remember when I visited the university with Professor Orlovsky. He said that originally the Abbey and the university were one single, large building. It was much later that the clergy signed over to the city the part that comprises the university. The professor specified that there is one door that allows communication between the two. In the library, I think. But the heads of the university forbade its use in quite strong terms. Could this be a possible point of further research?
I would have to get into the library, then find a door that will take me to the Abbey. Well done, Seward. Did your husband keep a key to the university, Duchess?
Well, not officially, of course. But I happen to know that he possessed a key, unbeknownst to the authorities of the university, which gave access to the library from this room in order to study even more than the official hours would permit him. After he retired, he made plans to donate the key to one of his students, the one amongst his chemistry class who would succeed in a little challenge. I saw him prepare this test. Everything was to take place in this room, but he passed away before having given the test, and the key is still here, although I don't know where.
We'll have to find out. We absolutely must get into the library. Well, I shall continue to search.